Well, good afternoon, everybody. This is Jim Hovland. It is your Mayor's Minute, and it is already the second week in April, April 6th, 2020. We've got something to talk about that happened last week. Some of you, I think, have talked about this on Nextdoor, but I was talking last Friday about the changes on the CDC thinking on cloth face masks, on surgical style face masks, and thinking that it might be a good idea for people to wear those masks out in public that don't know whether they're symptomatic or asymptomatic. They could be asymptomatic and not reflecting any symptoms yet. And so we were talking about that in the context of Joanne Fabrics. At the same time, I think from the time we recorded the message until 4 o'clock when it was broadcast, the CDC came out with some new guidelines. But also, we had our police department called to Joanne Fabrics because they had some complaints about the store being open, was that a critical business under the governor's stay order. Turns out they didn't. They weren't a critical business. They didn't have an exemption from the critical business order. We didn't have any authority to close them down, but just to remind them that they had some responsibilities and they should try to work something out with the governor to be able to continue to do the good work that they were doing. You remember we talked about the fact that nationwide, Joanne Fabrics is trying to encourage people to get their kits and also get fabric from them and make 100 million kits. They've already got about a third of the kits made, 33 million kits. But now, of course, they voluntarily closed down until the end of this week when we think they're going to be able to try to do curbside pickup. So these masks are important. I was at the grocery store, I think it was Sunday morning, and with the aisles being somewhat wide, but not quite wide enough to accomplish that 6-foot distancing, you're just in close social contact with people. And so I think when we're unable to maintain the social distance, even though we're working hard on it, I saw people trying to go down aisles that nobody else was going down to avoid that or to maintain that social distancing, I guess is a better way to put it. Now we can all wear these cloth masks when we go to the grocery store or you have to go to the pharmacy and get something. Just put on a cloth mask and you can continue to order the diagrams and the stitching methodologies from Joanne Fabrics. You can go to joanne.com and get them, and then be aware of how things are changing here. It's so fluid that I think by the end of the week, they'll be able to do curbside pickup. So we want to encourage folks to continue to make those masks for everybody that needs them on a nationwide basis, and then make your own as well, or get a kerchief. And I happen to find this upstairs. I got this from the Green Machine, our Edina High School robotics team, and I think this will work well for me as I head out to the grocery store or head out to the drugstore. So stay safe. Keep those hands as clean as you can, even though I'm sure they're all getting beat up in the process and getting kind of raw, but make sure those hands stay clean and stay healthy. And remember little Amelia's message, stay strong. We're going to get through this, and let's keep going, Minnesotans, and especially Edinans. This is Jim Hovland, your Edina Mayor, and that was your Mayor's Minute for April 6, 2020. We'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow.